You think being the world's largest rodent sounds impressive? Think again. If you're born as a capybara, congratulations. You've just become nature's all-you-can-eat buffet. You're basically a 150-pound walking hamburger in a world full of very, very hungry customers. Welcome to a life where literally everything wants to eat you, and your only defense mechanism is looking cute while you die. You're born during the wet season, when the rivers are high and the predators are everywhere. Your mother didn't choose. This timing to be cruel, she literally has no choice. This is when the grass grows, and grass is all you'll ever eat. But it's also when every single predator in South America is active, well-fed, and looking for easy targets. You emerge into the world as one of 4 babies, wet and helpless beside a river that's basically a highway for death. Caimans patrol the water's edge like aquatic serial killers. Jaguars prowl the banks looking for exactly what you are, a soft, defenseless mammal with 0 survival instincts. Your first breath of life comes with the scent of muddy water and predator musk. You don't know it yet, but you've just entered the most dangerous nursery on Earth. The Pantanal wetlands aren't a paradise. They're a 24/7 death trap where you're simultaneously the main course, appetizer, and dessert. Within hours of birth, you have to follow your mother to the water, not because it's safe, because it's the only place you can find food. But every step toward that life-giving river is a step toward the creatures that will spend your entire existence trying to kill you. Your childhood is a masterclass in constant terror disguised as peaceful grazing. You learn that every shadow could be a jaguar, every ripple could be a caiman, every splash could be your death. But here's the cruel joke. You also learn that you absolutely must stay near the water to survive. You watch your siblings disappear one by one. Not dramatically, not with warning. They're just there one moment and gone the next. A quick splash, a brief struggle, silence. Your mother doesn't mourn, doesn't search, doesn't even seem to notice. She can't afford to. Showing distress would attract more predators to the remaining babies. You learn that your family's survival strategy is essentially playing the numbers game. Have lots of babies, lose most of them, hope a few survive. You're not precious, you're expendable. Your mother will have another litter next year, and most of those babies will die too. It's not personal, it's just mathematics. The worst part? You're not even good at being prey. You're too big to hide effectively, too slow to run, too stupid to avoid danger. You're like a neon sign that says, "Free meat here," in every predator language simultaneously. Every day presents you with the same impossible choice: die of thirst and starvation on land, or risk death by predator in the water. There is no safe option. There is no middle ground. Every decision is potentially fatal. You need to enter the water to reach the best vegetation, to cool your body, to escape parasites. But the water is where caimans wait with infinite patience, where anacondas lurk in the murky depths, where piranhas swarm in feeding frenzies. You're not entering water. You're entering a liquid minefield where every square meter could contain something designed to kill you. When you wade in, you feel the eyes watching you. Caiman eyes, barely visible above the surface like biological periscopes, tracking your every movement. You know they're there. They know you know they're there. It's a game of patience, and you always lose because you need the water more than they need to eat you immediately. You develop a twisted form of water paranoia. Every branch looks like a caiman. Every shadow looks like an anaconda. Every small fish looks like the first piranha in a feeding frenzy that will strip your flesh in minutes. But you can't stay out of the water, so you live in perpetual terror of the element you need to survive. If the water predators don't get you, the jaguars will. And jaguars are your worst nightmare made flesh. They're perfectly designed to kill exactly what you are: large, slow, semi-aquatic mammals with no defense mechanisms. Jaguars don't just hunt you, they specialize in you. Your species is basically their favorite food, and they've evolved their entire hunting strategy around killing capybaras efficiently. They know your habits, your weaknesses, your panic responses. You're not just prey to them, you're a predictable, easy meal. When a jaguar stalks you, you feel the weight of millions of years of evolutionary arms race, except you never developed any arms. You're still the same defenseless, slow, obvious target your ancestors were. The jaguar, meanwhile, has become a nearly perfect killing machine with you specifically in mind. The attack, when it comes, is devastatingly efficient. Jaguars don't chase you down like other big cats. They ambush you, using their incredible bite force to crush your skull or neck in seconds. You don't even get the dignity of a prolonged fight. You're just suddenly dead, another statistic, in the jaguar's efficient predation system. You live in groups because there's safety in numbers. More eyes to watch for predators, more bodies to share the risk. But every additional capybara in your group makes you collectively more visible, more attractive to predators, more likely to be discovered. Your group is like a restaurant advertisement for every carnivore within miles. Capybara Buffet, all. You can eat, now open. The larger the group, the more predators it attracts. You're not just risking your own life. You're part of a collective death magnet. When predators attack, your group's response is pathetically inadequate. No coordinated defense, no protective formations, no heroic last stands. Everyone just panics and runs in random directions, making it easier for predators to pick off individuals. Your social structure crumbles instantly under pressure, leaving everyone to die alone despite being surrounded by family. You watch other group members get picked off regularly. Today, it's your cousin. Tomorrow, it might be your sibling. Next week, it could be you. But you can't leave the group because being alone is even more dangerous. You're trapped in a collective suicide pact disguised as social behavior. If you somehow survive to reproductive age, congratulations. You now get to participate in the cruelest aspect of capybara existence. You'll mate and produce babies that will suffer exactly as you have suffered, with the same terrible odds of survival. If you're a female, pregnancy makes you even more vulnerable. You're slower, more conspicuous, easier to catch. You're carrying the next generation of victims, and every predator can sense your weakness. Your own reproductive success becomes a beacon for everything that wants to kill you. When you give birth, you're not bringing new life into the world. You're manufacturing fresh prey for the ecosystem's predators. Your maternal instincts are programmed to love these babies, but your rational mind knows most of them will die horribly before their first birthday. If you're a male, your role is even more depressing. You contribute genetic material to the next generation of sufferers, then spend your remaining years watching your offspring get systematically eliminated by the same predators that will eventually kill you. If the large predators don't get you, the small ones will. You're a walking ecosystem for parasites, ticks, botflies, and disease organisms. Your body is under constant assault from creatures so small you can't even see them properly. Ticks drain your blood continuously, weakening you and making you more vulnerable to larger predators. Botflies lay eggs under your skin, where their larvae grow by eating your flesh from the inside. You're being consumed alive by dozens of tiny organisms while simultaneously watching for the big ones that want to eat you whole. The constant parasite load means you're never at full strength, never at peak alertness, never able to respond to threats as quickly as you need to. You're already half dead from 1,000 tiny wounds before any major predator even considers you. Your thick fur, which should protect you, instead becomes a breeding ground for every parasite in the wetlands. You're carrying around your own personal ecosystem of suffering, and there's nothing you can do about it except try to wallow in mud and hope it helps. As if your life wasn't hard enough, climate change is making everything worse. Droughts make water sources scarce, concentrating predators around the few remaining watering holes. You have to share drinking space with caimans and jaguars because there's nowhere else to go. Floods wash away your food sources and force you into smaller, more concentrated areas where predators can find you easily. Weather extremes stress your already marginal existence, pushing you to make riskier decisions for basic survival needs. Human encroachment means your safe areas are disappearing. Ranchers see you as competition for their cattle, hunters see you as easy meat, and developers see your habitat as empty land to be improved. Your species is being squeezed from all sides while the predators that hunt you remain perfectly adapted to changing conditions. Your daily routine is a symphony of calculated risks and inevitable losses. Wake up, check for predators. Move to water, avoid death. Graze while watching for jaguars. Return to rest area, hope you make it. Repeat until something kills you. You can never relax. Never let your guard down. Never enjoy a moment of peace. Even when you're sleeping, part of your brain has to stay alert for the sounds of approaching death. You live in a constant state of stress that would drive any human insane within days. Every sunset could be your last. Every morning that you wake up alive is a minor miracle. You exist in a perpetual state of borrowed time, knowing that your luck will run out eventually, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to prevent it. As you age, you become an even more attractive target. Your reflexes slow, your senses dull, your ability to escape diminishes. What little defensive capability you had continues to deteriorate, making you increasingly vulnerable to predators that have been waiting patiently for you to become easier to catch. Older capybaras aren't respected. Elders. They're slow-moving meals that predators prefer because they require less energy to catch. Your experience and wisdom mean nothing when a jaguar can simply walk up to you because you're too arthritic to run away. Your declining health makes every day a struggle. Joint pain, tooth problems, poor vision, reduced hearing, all of these make you more likely to miss the warning signs of approaching predators. Age doesn't bring wisdom and dignity to capybaras. It brings increased vulnerability and a higher probability of violent death. One evening, as you wade into familiar waters, for what you don't know will be the last time, you feel unusually tired. Your joints ache, your vision is cloudy, and your reaction time is slower than it used to be. But you still need water, still need to feed, still need to continue the basic survival routine that has defined your entire existence. You don't notice the ripples at first. By the time you do, it's too late. The caiman that's been watching you for days, learning your patterns, waiting for the perfect moment, strikes with mechanical precision. Its jaws close around your hindquarters with crushing force, and you realize this is it. This is how your story ends. There's no dramatic struggle, no heroic last stand, no meaningful final moments. You're just another statistical inevitability in the Pantanal's predator-prey ecosystem. The caiman drags you under with professional efficiency, and your struggles gradually weaken as water fills your lungs. In your final moments, you don't think about your life's meaning or your legacy. You don't have profound realizations about existence or nature's beauty. You just experience the simple animal terror of being eaten alive by something larger and more efficient than yourself. Your death feeds the caiman, which feeds the ecosystem, which supports the vegetation, which feeds the next generation of capybaras who will suffer exactly as you suffered. Your individual death is meaningless, but your species' perpetual suffering is essential to the wetland's biological balance. The other capybaras in your group don't mourn your passing. They can't afford to. They're too busy trying to avoid becoming the next meal, the next statistic, the next demonstration of how thoroughly inadequate their species is at the basic task of staying alive. Somewhere nearby, a new litter of capybara babies is being born, emerging into the same world of constant predation that killed you. They'll face the same impossible choices, the same inevitable fate, the same meaningless cycle of birth, suffering, and violent death. This is what it means to be born as a capybara. To live as a walking advertisement for easy meat, to exist in constant fear of everything around you, and to die knowing that your death changes nothing except the local predator's dinner plans. You are nature's designated victim, evolution's idea of a perfect prey animal, and the ecosystem's renewable resource of fresh meat. Welcome to the life you never chose, in a body designed for suffering, in an ecosystem that needs your death more than your life. This is why it absolutely, completely, and utterly sucks to be born as a capybara. You're not living, you're just taking a very long time to die.